So Femtheus linked me to this. It's the seventh annual holiday bazaar for Afghan women, and I think it's worth checking out. I don't know a whole lot about it yet, but from what I can tell, it's about Afghani women fighting against the oppression of the Taliban. And rather than sending in thousands of troops to go get killed haphazardly, it would seem more sense to me to help build up societies from the inside out. In other words, the law will always dominate. The law will always, in the end, win out. But you have to offer the law the chance. In other words, the Taliban are, in a lot of ways, like moderators. In a way, not completely. And not because of the terrorism thing, because they both are terrorists. What I mean to say is, the Taliban aren't even as bad as moderators. Because the Taliban are a reaction. The Taliban are a reaction to the corruption of their country, to the corruption of the world, to the corruption of Israel, and nationalism at its core is like that meme. Oh, well, my country's, well, not my country, my condition in life sucks. Time to drink my own piss. That's what I think of nationalism. I think of nationalism as just this insane diatribe, this cognitive dissonance that you jump to in order to somehow elevate your people. Just something you gravitate toward because you don't want to be a communist, but at the same time you realize capitalism doesn't work. So what you're going to say is, oh, I'm a nationalist. I care about my people, but, fuck other people. It doesn't work that way. What has your people ever done for you? If you're a Christian, what has Christianity done for you? If you're black, what has black people done for you? It's not the people, it's the individuals within society. There are bad individuals and there are good individuals. And in a communist environment, there would be more good individuals because of the economic conditions, because of the social conditions, etc. A nationalism would just encourage the dickery of capitalism, but on a more collective level. You wouldn't be a dick to individuals for your own individual gain. You would be a dick on collective levels for collective gain. And we see that anyway. So I don't see the point to being a nationalist. Now, can nationalism fight against capitalism? Yes, I believe in the short term it can, and that's why many communists have teamed up with nationalists in the past. But I do not think it's something that should be advocated. And that's why the Taliban, despite all they've done, are still better than moderators. Whereas moderators don't have that incentive. They don't have that incentive that they are in this condition and, that's just the way they are now. No, they're in this condition because they desire to be for themselves. They're in this condition and they put other people in their condition in order to oppress them and censor them and abuse them. So, Taliban are terrorists because that's what they had to grow up on. Moderators are terrorists because they just like being terrorists. And, for the money and the power and the glory, things like that. So, that's why I think you should check this shit out. Because what we deal with in Western society, the women in Afghanistan are dealing with every day. And it transcends beyond the internet. As I say, the internet is becoming more and more integrated into real life. For them, it is real life. And it's kind of a trade-off, because like I said, Taliban are not as bad as moderators, but at the same time, they gotta deal with it all the time. Not just on the internet, not just anything. And more so than anything, I want to reiterate that if you're pro-war, if you think that the Taliban are something worth fighting against, even if you're not pro-war, let's just say the Taliban are something that need to be dismantled, then you should be anti-moderator, because they more or less are one and the same thing. They come from the same mind frame. They come from the same mind frame that the Taliban don't believe in government. The Taliban don't believe in the rule of law. They believe in their own harebrained religious ideals, and then they go off on these tangents of shooting people and making women cover themselves from head to toe. They don't have any central belief structure. They don't have any central governing structure. They're just militias. They're just crazed militias that, tell the people what to do, and if you don't do what they tell you, you get shot. It's just that simple. And that's how moderators operate. Moderators don't operate on the rule of law. So there is terrorism all around us. That's why it was a bad idea to declare war on terrorism. Because that's declaring a war on an idea. And while we should declare a war on an idea, I don't think it's a war that can be fought with military drones and ground troops and guns. I mean, it would be nice. It'd be nice to just gun down all the fucking moderators, wouldn't it? But that doesn't attack the central issue. It doesn't get to the root of the problem. And as long as we don't get to the root of the problem, it's going to continue to happen again and again and again. Maybe not in the same exact way, but it will continue to happen. And I'm busy right now. I might make a part 2 of this later, but I guess that's it for now. Check out the link below. See you later.